Hello everyone, welcome to sqadia.com. I am your educator Dr. Lara Munir, and continuing our discussion of hematology in the internal medicine part of the lectures, we are going to talk about myeloproliferative disorders starting from this lecture. Myeloproliferative lectures, as the name signifies, are the various types of proliferations of the myeloid stem cell lineages. The first lecture which we are going to talk about, or the first disorder, which is one of the myeloproliferative disorders, is the Polycythemia Vera. We're going to start off by discussing the basic pathophysiology of the Polycythemia Vera. What is the underlying problem in these patients that leads to development of this patient? And what are the various abnormalities at the genetic level or the various types of mutations that the patient has which led to the development of Polycythemia Vera? Then, in great detail, after a basic understanding of the pathophysiology, we are going to talk about the various types of clinical features. What are the major underlying abnormalities that lead to the development of these clinical features, and how do these clinical features help us in differentiating Polycythemia Vera from the other types of erythrocytosis? What are the major diagnostic modalities that we have specifically at the laboratory level? What are the various important tests that we perform, and what we look for in these labs when we order, for example, a red cell count or a MCV or the red cell distribution rate? We are going to talk about it in detail. Moving onwards, with the help of a very neat flowchart, we are going to stepwise rule out the various abnormalities that underlie the differential diagnosis of Polycythemia Vera. What are the important things that we have to look for in a stepwise manner, and how do we arrive at a diagnosis of Polycythemia Vera, and how do we differentiate it from the other types of polycythemias, which can be a reactive polycythemia or a relative erythrocytosis. It is a very neat and a clean flowchart, and it will help you greatly in understanding this disease and the similar other types of disease. Then we are going to talk about the other types of other diagnoses which can mimic this disorder. What are these abnormalities, and what are the various conditions that lead to a similar clinical presentation? Similarly, relative and absolute erythrocytosis will be distinguished, and their underlying mechanisms. What various types of clinical disorders can produce absolute erythrocytosis, and how do we differentiate it from Polycythemia Vera? Moving onwards, certain types of tumors, drugs, and certain familial disorders will also be discussed in detail. Then in the final part of our this great lecture on Polycythemia Vera, we are going to talk about the treatment modalities. As you know that we don't have a curative treatment modality for this disorder yet, because it is a genetic disorder. But what are the various tools that we have that can help us in combating this disorder, and what can we do to make the patient symptoms and or the complications better? These are all will be discussed with relevance to the clinical part of the disease in this treatment modalities. So to watch this complete lecture along with thousands of other medical lectures on any area of your interest, be it the basic clinical sciences, if you are an undergraduate student, or if you are a practicing physician and you want to brush up your clinical knowledge, all these lectures are helpful for all of you. To watch these lectures, please go to sqadia.com and start your free trial today. Thank you.